Hi, I'm Jacob Suggs, and welcome back to another video. Very unplanned one at that. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. This isn't a video that I planned to make. It was not on my schedule, but I need to make this video. In case you didn't know, I love DC, I love Marvel, and in general, I love movies. And in case you also didn't know, I'm actually kind of friends with Houston from Houston Productions 1. He's a really awesome guy, good friend of mine. Go subscribe to him, link will be in the description down below. And basically, long story short, there was this guy on Twitter that was basically harassing Houston for his opinion on a movie. Now, I love Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, nothing's gonna change that. And Houston doesn't necessarily love Batman v Superman, and he doesn't really like it that much either. But the thing is, even though we have different opinions, we have a mutual respect for one another as filmgoers and movie fans alike. But this guy on Twitter, not so much. Basically, all of this guy's tweets and stuff at Houston were pretty mean and pretty harsh, to say the least. And he was basically saying, well, you don't like Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad? Well, that means you're wrong. Which resulted in Houston being a really logical and reasonable person saying back to the guy, dude, look, I get why you like the movies, but I just don't personally like the films. I don't think that they're, good, but I'm glad that you can enjoy them. In which the guy would respond, LOL, well, you suck, you Marvel fanboy. You don't deserve to have an opinion. You don't know real art like Tyrone Magnus and Suicide Squad. And I did not want to get involved in this, but I saw this guy's relentless tweets towards Houston and his movie opinions, and this guy just doesn't know what an opinion is, basically. He doesn't understand the concept that somebody can have a different thought than him and enjoy a movie that he doesn't like. So I got involved and basically talked, and long story short, I wanted to make this video about one thing and one thing only. And that thing is called subjectivity. Basically, the idea behind subjectivity is that you can enjoy something that people love, and you can hate something that people really enjoy. And unfortunately, we're living in a world where something's either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. You can't have a good movie with problems, it just automatically sucks. And a bad movie can't have good moments, it's just a bad movie. That is so not true and so unfair and cuts so many movies and films short, and even stuff in different media as well. Unfortunately, that's the world that we're living in, and it's just really, really upsetting and frustrating to me. I also want to talk about this real quick too, because it's something that I really didn't mention in my Batman v Superman analysis from a while ago, but I feel like it's important to bring up now. And that's the concept of Rotten Tomatoes and film critics and film scores. Do they mean something? Do they not mean something? Please explain. And I will explain, thank you for asking. Okay, look, just because The Dark Knight has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes does not make it a great movie. I love that movie. I think The Dark Knight's a cinematic masterpiece, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm being frankly honest with you. But I don't like The Dark Knight because it has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. I enjoy and love The Dark Knight because it's a genuinely great film in my opinion and in my eyes. And to contrast with that, just because Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice has a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes does not make it a bad movie. I walked into Batman v Superman expecting it to suck. Guess what? I loved it. But how can I love a movie that everybody else said sucked? Well, it's simple. I saw the movie for myself, I noticed some stuff in the movie, I thought about the movie, and the more I thought about it, the more I enjoyed it, and I loved Batman v Superman. So just because a film has a positive or negative score, or consensus to say the least, does not make it a bad or good film. All art is subjective, meaning it's not the consensuses. All art is subjective, meaning it's not everybody else's opinion that matters. As long as you enjoyed or disliked something, that's on you, and it's okay to have opinions. It's what makes you a normal human being. I personally am a fan of the South Carolina Gamecocks. I have watched their games, I enjoy the Gamecocks, and whenever they are playing somebody in a football game, I root for the South Carolina Gamecocks. That being said, I don't expect everybody to root for the South Carolina Gamecocks. If you're a Clemson fan, I get it. You're rooting for that team. That's your team. But my team is the South Carolina Gamecocks. Do you see where I'm getting at here? And I also want to say, at the end of the day, they're just movies. Believe it or not, I'm gonna blow your minds, there's more to my life than just movies. I know, right? You didn't expect it. I go to college. I write stuff. I play games, I hang out with friends, You didn't expect that, did you? I know, it's pretty shocking. They are just movies. There's more to life than movies, there's more to dwell on, a lot more important things to focus on. So if your main concern is just calling somebody out because they have a different opinion than yours on Twitter about a movie, I don't understand. Granted, the more I think about it, the more I think this guy couldn't defend himself in the first place. I only say that because every time Houston would make a logical response to this guy's like taunts and tweets, this guy would respond in memes and GIFs. I'm not making that up. He even sent one of a minion laughing. Really, minions? That's your response? And frankly, if you respond with a minion to me, I'm not gonna treat you very seriously anyway. But to top it all off, and I think this is the funniest thing, this dude actually made a parody account to circumvent Houston's block from him on Twitter. Oh, it's so frustrating. I didn't want to talk about this, but subjectivity is a big deal, and I feel like that's an issue going on in both the film community and in real life, and it's a pretty big deal in my opinion. That being said, the last thing that I want to talk about here is Houston did make a video a few days ago titled "They're Just Movies, Bro." I recommend that you check it out. It goes further in depth there and actually shows some of the tweets. I'm not going to do that personally because I don't want to get in another Twitter flame war with this guy, but check out Houston's video. It's hilarious and makes a lot of good points. That being said, please respect everybody's opinion. Just because somebody thinks differently than you, it doesn't mean that they're wrong or you're right. It just means that you have different opinions. And having different thoughts and debates on movies, that's something that I love. I live for those controversial movies. I just ask that you respect my opinion and I'll respect yours as well. And once again, I love DC, I love Marvel, and in general, I love movies, and I love talking to people about it. So that being said, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm FrameByFrame. Remember the name, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.